Well, the first thing I want to do is just tell our fan base how appreciative we are for them coming out and supporting this team. I thought our guys really fed off their energy. I thought against UT Martin, we had a great community fan support, but our students weren't there. But today, I thought we had a combination of both. And when our guys walked out there and saw that, I thought that really energized our guys. Our seniors did a phenomenal job tonight. I thought they played with so much energy and enthusiasm. I thought they were flying around. We reminded Antonius Cleveland that he had 11 rebounds at Murray State, and that's part of the big reason we won the game. And he came out and did the same thing here. So maybe we got to play against Murray State all the time so he can average 11 rebounds. But I just thought Trey Kelvin flew around on the defensive end. Jamal Calvin gave us a lot of energy. But this is a true testament to a team. We have a true team because you have 6 guys in double figures. I think we had 24 assists on 31 baskets, or 23 assists on 31 baskets. So I thought our guys really did a great job of sharing the basketball. And so Murray State really changed defenses a lot in the second half, and no matter what they threw out there, whether it was a 2-3, a 1-3-1, a 2-2-1 back to a man, our guys handled it, figured it out, and went out and attacked. So just a great team victory for us tonight.
Coach, this is 2 or 3 weeks in a row we've talked about team victories, though. At this juncture of the season, what can you say about kind of what this team was at the start of this conference play that just kind of peaking here right now?
Well, to me, it's all about our maturity. I don't think that you really have a good team until they have to overcome some adversity. And so, like, our guys improved their shooting in the offseason. We went out and recruited some guys that can shoot the basketball. But the team that we have out on the court, their ability to overcome adversity is what this is all about, because we've had so many injuries. We have guys being suspended, we have guys not eligible, and for them to still come out here and play the way that they play right now just is like, hey, they believe in what we're doing and have a lot of confidence in themselves. So our ability to overcome adversity, I think, is the biggest thing that stands out.
You touched on Antonius. Obviously he had 5 assists at halftime. He finished almost near triple-double territory. But just talking about, you're just kind of everywhere tonight. I mean, he was on the defensive end, he was on the offensive end. What did you see from him tonight?
Well, first of all, we gave him the assignment to go out and guard Jonathan Stark when we were in man. We thought his size and length could really bother him, and then once Antonius got off of him, we wanted to put Jalen Benton on there. We didn't want to put our smaller guards on him because we thought he shot over those guys in the first game. So he had not only to be like a really good offensive player for us, but he had to be a really good defensive player for us. So we want you to go out, guard Jonathan Stark, rebound the basketball, create offense on the other end, and by the way, go out and block some shots too. So he just did a whole bunch of different things for us, and to me, like, I think he cemented his status as a first-team All-OBC guy when you sit out there and watch the total performance that he had tonight.
They made a run there. I think they cut it to 6 points in the second half. I think that was the closest they got. It seemed like they were really kind of getting out in transition. That's something you talked about a lot. What did you kind of do to shore that up?
Well, the reason they got out in transition was because either one, we turned the ball over, or our shot selection. And so we just reminded our guys in that timeout the reason why we've been so good on the offensive end is because our ability to share the basketball, and we got to continue to do that. So after we had that timeout, our willingness to share the basketball really stood out. And so I thought we were beating ourselves. We reminded those guys, hey, more games are lost than won, and right now we're losing the game.
I asked the players about this sort of too. You saw last year kind of in this OVC how important it is to be shooting the ball well towards the end of the season, kind of what Austin Peay did when they made their tournament run. You guys 50% tonight, 12 of 24. Just the way this team is sort of shooting the ball, is it more based on just kind of them being able to move the ball? Well,
I thought in the beginning of the season, like, we charted everything. We shot a lot of things, shot a lot of shots, and we had a whole bunch of shooting drills that we charted. And so our guys were shooting the basketball well, but when we started playing, there was only one thing that was missing. It was the fact that we were shooting contested three-point shots instead of open three-point shots. So we just showed our guys on film, like, how many shots were contested. But more importantly, like, look at your right. Look to your left. There's a guy standing wide open that's just as good as a shooter as you are if you're just passing the basketball. So I think once our guys started to buy in, because it's hard. when you come in. We got 9 new guys, so everybody thinks they want to come in, they want to be the man. We got our 3 seniors coming back, they want to be the man. And so when our guys started to buy into sharing the basketball, I think that's when it's really changed, because I think we have more than capable shooters, but if we're taking bad shots, it doesn't mean anything. So our guys buying into sharing the basketball, I think, really changed things.
Jalen Benton, 12 points, 13 minutes of action, he's 5 of 6, his 1 miss was a 3. Just talking about kind of his spark off that bench.
Yeah, for us, I mean, he's a really smart basketball player. He can do so many different things on the court for you. He's a really sound defender, is always in the right spot when we have our rotations. He's a terrific passer. So I'm glad to see him getting back into the flow of things. So when we can bring Jalen off the bench, we can bring Daniel off the bench, and those guys can go out there and contribute, and there's not a huge drop-off, that really helps our team.
Can you talk about the 19 points off the bench? I mean, compared to theirs, they only had 5 points off the bench, but what does that mean to you when you see kids that aren't starting still being able to contribute like that to the team?
Well, it speaks to our depth, but the most important thing is, like, the bench is the greatest teacher, and so if guys are not going to do the things we ask them to do, the fact that we got guys coming in off the bench to hold them accountable, it's hard for me to hold guys accountable. You can say, like, don't do this, don't do that, and you look down the bench and there's guys not good enough to come in and contribute. But we have guys that are good enough to come in and contribute, so if a guy wants to go wayward, okay, come on over here and sit down and be an assistant coach for a little bit, and the guy that's coming in is still more than capable of going in and doing the things that we ask him to do. So to me, having that bench means that we can hold guys accountable.
Coach, I comment, 74 years has been how long it's been since this team has swept Murray State in a season. That accomplishment itself, obviously a testament to how dominant Murray State has been, but for this program to sort of reach that plateau, what's that mean to you?
Well, for me, I'm just awfully proud that our seniors are able to go down and say that they did something that hasn't been done for 74 years. And then on top of that, for our new guys to understand, like, I don't think they understand the monumental thing they just did here tonight by breaking that streak right there. So to me, it's all about, like, our guys continue to stay the course and not get swept up in that. But it's a huge accomplishment.
Knowing what you guys have at stake on Saturday, you win the OVC West and get the 2 seed and double bye. How do you really have to say anything to your team to get them ready?
Well, yeah, you have to, because to me, you're a fool if you believe that they don't know that information. With the advent of internet and things like that, back in Bobby Knight's day, you can kind of hide some of that information, but I'm sure even every one of those guys know the tiebreaker situation, what's going on and things like that. They probably know it better than I do. But to me, we always want to break things down, simplify. And so we got things we call 4-minute wars. So there's 10 4-minute wars in every game. So we talk about, like, hey, win the 4-minute wars. You don't have to win a 4-minute war by 10. You don't have to win a 4-minute war by 7. Just win 4-minute wars by 1 point. That's all you got to do. All right. And then once you start to win by 1 point, hell, you can even tie. It doesn't matter. So we talk to our guys about, like, taking care of their responsibilities. Right now, the most important thing our guys can do is, like, go to bed tonight. Get some sleep. That's the key to recovery. Hey, make sure you get a lot of fluids in you, like get water, get Gatorade, okay? So, because to me, we got to be prepared to go out and compete in 48 hours, and the only way you can do that is if you take care of your body.